Imagine a secret so ancient, so dark, that it has been hidden for millennia. What would you do if you were told that everything we know about the creation of Adam and Eve, the beginning of humanity, may not be what it seems? A lost manuscript has been uncovered, and what it reveals will shake the foundations of faith and history. This text, called the Sefer HaTorah, exposes something that traditional scriptures don't tell us, something disturbing, something that could completely change our understanding of the beginning of everything. A newly discovered manuscript, known as the Sefer HaTorah, or the Book of the Image, has brought to light mysteries previously hidden about the Garden of Eden and the creation of humanity. Imagine discovering an ancient text that contains secrets about the origin of life, something that could transform the way we view the beginning of everything. This book, which dates back to the story of Adam and Eve, opens the door to deep questions and surprising revelations about the essence of creation, shedding light on details that many are unaware of, such as the true nature of their expulsion from paradise. As the mystery unfolds, you find yourself in front of a narrative different from what has been taught for generations. The book sheds light on hidden details, revealing a more complex version of the relationship between Adam, Eve, and the forces that surrounded them. Throughout its chapters, it becomes clear that something deeper is at play, something beyond what was recorded in traditional scriptures. The revelations this manuscript presents make you reflect on what really happened after their departure from Eden, sparking a new quest for answers. The Sefer HaTorah was found near the tomb of Tutankhamun, one of the most enigmatic and rich sites in Egypt's history. It's no surprise that such an important artifact emerged near such an ancient burial site. First discovered in 1926, this manuscript is considered one of the oldest Christian texts ever found in Egypt, a missing link that connects ancient Egyptian culture with the early days of Christianity. It opens new perspectives on the spread of early beliefs and how creation stories intertwine with different cultures. This historical text not only provides biblical information, but also questions the extent to which external influences shaped our understanding of humanity and faith. By analyzing the early days of Christianity and its presence in Egypt, we see how this manuscript, hidden for centuries, may have been a crucial piece in understanding the first interpretations of Adam and Eve's story. It's like finding a missing piece in the puzzle of humanity. After all, what else could be hidden in the sands of Egypt, waiting to be discovered? Scholars believe that the Sefer HaTorah reveals a lost chapter of Adam and Eve's story, one that brings a disturbing truth about the creation of humanity. It's as if an essential piece of our origin has been covered up, waiting for the right moment to emerge. This forgotten chapter sheds new light on the events after Adam and Eve's expulsion from Eden, revealing a story that goes beyond the known narrative. Imagine discovering that humanity from the very beginning carries deep secrets that have been hidden for generations. These texts suggest that there is more to the story of creation than what we've been taught. As scholars unravel these pages, unsettling revelations about man's fall and the role of external forces come to light. The discovery of this lost chapter makes us question what we really know about the origin of sin and the cost of disobedience. After all, what else could be hidden between the lines of our creation story? The answers that emerge from this manuscript change the way we understand Adam and Eve's journey and perhaps even the future of humanity. The pages of the Sefer HaTorah dive deeply into the experiences of Adam and Eve after their expulsion from Eden, revealing ancient beliefs and a new perspective on Satan's involvement in their challenges. Imagine being expelled from paradise and then facing not only the pain of separation, but also powerful forces trying to manipulate them. This narrative explores how Adam and Eve were tested, not only by their own human nature, but by external influences that sought to divert them from their divine purpose. It's a tale that makes you think about the invisible forces still at work in the world. The text addresses these trials intensely, introducing elements that were previously unknown. Satan's story, for instance, takes on new dimensions, showing how he played an active role in the challenges Adam and Eve faced outside of Eden. The struggle against temptation and the constant battle for redemption make this story almost familiar, echoing the internal struggles many of us still face today. After all, how many times are we tested by forces that seem greater than ourselves? Want to dive even deeper into topics like this? Check out our exclusive ebook in the comments. It offers detailed analysis and spiritual reflections that complement this video. The Sefer HaTunah offers a unique view of the roles of Adam and Eve on earth, especially regarding their responsibilities after Eden. Adam is portrayed as the caretaker of the earth, a figure responsible for maintaining order and protecting what remains of divine creation. Eve, on the other hand, is depicted in a more passive role, where the temptations and challenges she faced are highlighted as crucial points for humanity's fate. This perspective reinforces an ancient understanding of gender roles, but also makes us question what really happened during that period. This approach also reveals the temptations and trials both of them faced, not just on an individual level, but as a reflection of the challenges we all continue to face today. Adam as a protector and Eve as a central figure in the narrative of temptation symbolize much of what we still carry as a society. Perhaps this portrayal of the first human beings is a mirror of modern difficulties, dealing with choices, resisting temptations, and balancing responsibilities with desires. How many times have we found ourselves in the same position, balancing between what we know is right and what we are tempted to do? The Sefer HaTunah manuscript brings surprising details about the story of Cain and Abel, expanding our understanding of humanity's first fratricide. Cain's jealousy wasn't just the result of a simple divine preference, but seems deeply rooted in family tensions, including the presence of twin sisters, that added a new layer of conflict. Imagine growing up in the shadow of rivalry, with issues of favoritism and family disputes intensifying feelings of rejection and hatred. This scenario shows us how, from the very beginning, humanity dealt with intense emotions that still affect us today. The revelation that Cain and Abel had more family dynamics at play makes us reflect on the complexities of human relationships. These new insights into sibling rivalry show that feelings of inferiority and the struggle for acceptance are as old as humanity itself. This resonates deeply with modern life, where we often face disputes, jealousy, and tensions in our personal relationships. How can we learn from these primordial mistakes to avoid repeating the same cycles in our own lives? In the second part of the Sefer HaTunah, the focus shifts to the era of Noah's ancestors, showing how the descendants of Seth, Adam's third son, were gradually corrupted by Cain's lineage. It's a story of downfall, where the legacy of a virtuous patriarch is threatened by the advance of sin through generations. Here, humanity's moral degradation intensifies, leading us to reflect on how the choices of one generation can impact the next in devastating ways. This narrative of decline reflects realities we still live in, where spiritual inheritances can be lost through negligence. This account shows that humanity's decline wasn't immediate, but rather a gradual process of corruption, symbolizing how even the strongest can be led astray by negative influences. We see this all the time in our world when values that seem unshakable begin to crumble under external pressure. This text, therefore, serves as a warning about the dangers of drifting away from virtue and faith, reminding us of how the decisions we make today echo for generations. What legacy are we leaving for those who will come after us? Though the Sefer HaTunah is an ancient text, it addresses universal themes that continue to resonate deeply in modern life. Issues like temptation, loss, and the search for redemption are as relevant today as they were in biblical times. This manuscript shows that, since the dawn of humanity, we have struggled with the same dilemmas, the difficulty of resisting what tempts us and the constant search for a greater purpose. The story of Adam and Eve, as well as their descendants, reflects the daily trials we face, whether they be material, emotional, or spiritual. By exploring the deepest human emotions, such as the fear of rejection and the desire for redemption, the Sefer HaTunah draws parallels to the struggles we all face at some point. How often do we find ourselves repeating the mistakes of our ancestors, striving to overcome our own weaknesses and find meaning amidst chaos? Just as the biblical characters fought to reconnect with God and find redemption, we too are challenged to find our way in a world that often seems to test us at every turn. Now that you've uncovered this ancient secret, how does it change your view of the world? Are we ready to accept the hidden truths that could transform the way we live? Think about how these revelations impact our search for redemption and understanding of who we are. What choices are you making that could echo for generations? Remember, knowledge is the first step toward change. So what will you do with this new information? Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and continue this journey of discovery. There's so much more to explore, and together, we can uncover even deeper mysteries.